Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. All right, we're going to take a breather. Let's take a check. Let's see what we can do with what we've been taught. Our lesson is taking the conditional, which is verb tense number 7, ending in ia, and the past subjunctive, we know they end in ara, iera. There are some that end in jera. We know that, like dijera, condujera, tradujera. So this is ara, iera, and this is ia. Are there irregulars in the conditional? The conditional is would, what you would do today or would do tomorrow. Conditional irregulars, yeah, there's some like tendría, pondría, right? But not too many. Past subjunctive, no irregulars in terms of taking the ellos form of the preterite, changing that final O to A. That's the ustedes, ellos, ellas form. Build up all 5 from there, and you got the past subjunctive. So let's take it a sentence by sentence. These are all going to have the conditional at the beginning. So the ending is going to be ia, ias, ia, iamos, ian. Remember, with the exception of the few irregulars in the conditional, you just put the ia, ias, ia, iamos, ian ending on the end of the infinitive. Okay? The conditional is so easy, it's like the future. You just have an ending that goes on the end of the infinitive with maybe about 10 irregulars. And then, again, if I could, you take the verb poder, you take that into the ellos form of the preterite, pudieron, you've got the O, change it to A, pudieron, and from there you build your past subjunctive. So let's see what we got. We have the verb ir, I would go. Okay, so you take the entire infinitive, ir, and then you put the yo conditional ending on, which is ia, with an accent. Iria, if is si, no accent mark. Si with an accent mark is yes. Si without is if. This is so easy. I'm giving you guys the keys to the kingdom. Do you realize that? Me speaking all this stuff and being fluent in Spanish, and I'm showing you how easy it is. You're going to learn how to create any sentence you want to say and do it correctly and quickly. And you just need to practice. Practice in real life, and you're going to get better and better and better. Talk to people, listen to it on TV, etc. Here we go. Iría si poder. Well, poder, the ellos form is pudieron. Change that O to an A. Iría si pudiera. That's it. I'd go if I could. Iría si pudiera. That is advanced level Spanish. I wouldn't say anything if I were you. The verb decir in the conditional happens to be one of the irregulars. And the stem we use is dir. So you're going to take dir and you're going to put the appropriate ia ending on it. So I wouldn't say anything if I were you. Now remember, anything is actually nada with a no in front of it. It makes it anything in translation, so it's not a double negative. I wouldn't say nothing. That's very poor grammar. I wouldn't say anything. Decir, D-I-R-I-A. No diría nada, or yo no diría nada si I were. Okay, that's the verb ser. Ser, taken in the ellos form of the preterite, fueron, F-U-E-R-O-N. Change that O to an A, drop the N, and you got it. I wouldn't say anything if I were you. Yo no diría nada si fuera tú. Tú has an accent mark on the U because tú without the accent mark means your. Like tu casa es mi casa. Okay? No diría nada si fuera tú. It would be snowing if it were colder. Be snowing. Well, we know snowing is the ando yendo of the verb nevar. So that's verb number 1. But it would be, we know that's verb number 7, conditional, of the verb estar. So what would it be? You take a star and put the ia on because the ia ending is good for he, she, and it, and usted, as well as yo. So this would be estaría, what's the ing form? Nevando. Estaría nevando si. Now, if it were colder, to be cold is hacer frío. To be colder would be hacer más frío. Más has an accent on the A. So, estaría nevando si, what's the past subjunctive for hacer? Yup. Hicieron. Change that O to an A, get rid of the N, and you're in. Estaría nevando si hiciera más frío. Estaría nevando si hiciera más frío. Down on the bottom, would you do it if you could? Hacer. That's an irregular one in the conditional. You take H-A-R and put your appropriate ia ending on the end. So for you, it's going to end in S. Would you do it? Well, the word it has to go in front of the conjugated verb, which is harías. Lo harías si. Poder in the preterite, pudieron. Change the O to A. You've got pudieras with an S. Would you do it if you could? Lo harías si pudieras. Lo harías si pudieras. You see how you learn this? Instead of looking at the list of the irregular preterite like we did before, now when you hear hicieron, fueron, pudieron, those are such common verbs that they're just going to stick, and you're going to know how to handle them in the preterite and the past subjunctive. It would be fun if we went. To be fun is ser, divertido, and went comes to the verb ir, to go. It would be, take the verb ser, put ia on the end. Sería divertido si. It would be fun if. Sería divertido si, if we went. Okay? The we form. You got to go to the preterite ellos form, fueron. Change that O to an A. Take the N off and add MOS and go back 3 vowels and put an accent mark. So, it gives you fuéramos. Sería divertido si fuéramos. This stuff is easy. Child's play. I would buy it if it costs less. Comprar is to buy, totally regular. Costar, in the past subjunctive, totally regular. Okay, so this is going to be, I would buy it. Lo compraría si costara menos. Lo compraría si costara menos. They would come if they had a car. Venir. Anymore, you got Uber, right? Uber and Lyft. So nowadays in your life, right, as younger people, you don't need a car. You can take Uber or Lyft. When I was a kid, basically no bus system where I lived. You needed to have a car. They would come if they had a car. Venir. Venir in the conditional, yes, it's one of the irregulars. It's V-E-N-D-R. So, they would come. Vendrían. Vendrían si, if they had a car. Tener, preterite, tuvieron. Change the O to A, tuvieran. Get rid of the N. Leave the N, because it's they. Vendrían si tuvieran un carro, un auto, un vehículo, un coche. It would be better if you didn't say anything. To be is ser, better is mejor, and to say is decir. It would be better. Ser is so easy in the conditional, just add ia. It would be better. Sería mejor if, si. Sería mejor si no. What is the ellos form of the preterite of decir? Dijeron, with a J-E-R-O-N. Change that O to an A, and that gives you dijeran, right? And so what do we need it for? For you, swap out the N for an S. Sería mejor si no dijeras nada. D-I-J-E-R-A-S. Okay, our last column cluster. I would pay you if I had the money. Pagar is to pay, and tener is to have. I would pay you the money. Te, that's for you. Te pagaría el dinero si, if I had the money. Tuvieron, change the O to A, tuvieran, get rid of the N, and you're done. Te pagaría si tuviera el dinero. If you don't have the L in there, it would be, I would pay you if I had money. But if you say, te pagaría si tuviera el dinero, a specific amount that you owe the person. That's the difference between L and no L. Te pagaría si tuviera el dinero. 3 to go. I would be able to go if I weren't sick. Well, this is compound. To be able is the verb poder. That's where we get can, puedo. Poder. I would be able to go. We know to go is ir. That's just a 0. So to go is going to be a 0, infinitive. But we got to put would be able. I would be able in the conditional yo form. Poder, there you go. It's one of those irregular conditionals. P-O-D-R. Put the I-A on. Podría ir si. I could go, I would be able to go if. Podría ir si I weren't sick. This is estar. Estar in the past preterite. Let's see. Yeah. Estuvieron. Change the O to A. Get rid of the N and you're done. Podría ir si no estuviera enfermo. You ladies, yo podría ir si no estuviera enferma. You wouldn't like it if they did that to you. Oh boy, isn't that something we've heard growing up? Well, you wouldn't like it if they did that to you. We can do this now. Yo can do it. Yo can do it. Si se puede. You wouldn't like it. Well, how do you say you like it? Te gusta. Te gusta is you like it. You don't like it is no te gusta. Just take te gusta and put it in the conditional. So you take te gustar, and put the ia on the end of it. Because remember, gustar doesn't agree with who does the liking. It does with what is like. So it would please you. Te gustaría si, you would like it if, or you wouldn't like it. Excuse me. No te gustaría si. You would not like it if. No te gustaría si te hicieran eso a ti. Just simply, no te gustaría si te hicieran eso y eso. And our last one, I don't know what I would do if that happened to me. We say that all the time. I don't know what I would do if that happened to me. Okay? I don't know, that's the verb saber. I don't know, that's just present tense. Yo no sé, accent on the E. That's present tense. Yo no sé que, Q-U-E. Yo no sé que with an accent on it, because you're using it like a question. Yo no sé que. Now we need would do. Hacer, it's irregular in the conditional. H-A-R, add the I-A with the accent on the I, right? Yo no sé qué haría si, if that happened to me. Well, we learned how to say that back over here. Eso, y eso. Now we need the pronoun. Eso me. It's got to go in front of the conjugated verb. Now we have to take pasar into the past subjunctive. Pasaron, change the O to an A, get rid of the N, and you're done. Watch this. Yo no sé qué with an accent, haría with an accent on the I, si eso me pasara a mí. Again, you can put the a mí on the end for clarification or emphasis. Me will carry an accent mark on the I. Remember, me with an accent is me. Me without the accent is my. So, yo no sé qué haría si eso me pasara a mí. Yay, we did it. All right, let's go back here. I would go if I could. Iría si pudiera. I wouldn't say anything if I were you. Yo no diría nada si fuera tú. It would be snowing if it were colder. Estaría nevando si hiciera más frío. Would you do it if you could? Lo harías si pudieras. It would be fun if we went. Sería divertido si fuéramos, with an accent. I wouldn't buy it. I would buy it if it cost less. Lo compraría si costara menos. They would come if they had a car. Vendrían si tuvieran un carro. I would pay you if I had the money. Te pagaría si tuviera el dinero. I would be able to go if I weren't sick. Podría ir si no estuviera enfermo or enferma. You wouldn't like it if they did that to you. No te gustaría si te hicieran eso a ti. No te gustaría si hicieran eso a ti. T has no accent mark. Last one, I don't know what I would do. No sé qué haría, accent on the E of K. Yo no sé qué haría si eso me pasara a mí, if that happened to me. Again, yo no sé qué haría si eso me pasara a mí. All right, there you go. Lots of practice, right? And the license plate for most of these would be a 7 and a 9, right? We're talking about conditional 7 and past subjunctive 9. Okay? There you go. And notice here, we put the present tense in front. I don't know. We put some infinitives in there. Doesn't make any difference. We know what a 0 is, what a 1 is, and what a 2 is. We certainly know what a 7 and a 9 are as well. Okay, you're coming along. If you can get 4 of these comfortably, you are well on your way. If you can get 8 of these, you're off the charts great. And if you're doing all 12, I'm ready to hand over the stick to you because you've got it, right? Okay, love you guys. Thank you. It's hot in here. Hace mucho calor. Here you go. If it weren't so hot, I would be more comfortable. Si no hiciera tanto calor, yo estaría más cómodo. Or, I would be more comfortable if it weren't so hot in here. Yo estaría más cómodo si no hiciera tanto calor aquí. You could reverse these sentences. If I could, I would go. Si pudiera, comma, iría. If I were you, I wouldn't say anything. Si yo fuera tú, comma, yo no diría nada. You can turn them around. If it were colder, it would be snowing. Si hiciera más frío, comma, estaría nevando. Lots of flexibility. Okay, that's it for this lesson. Thank you very much. Hasta pronto, mis amigos. Ustedes son excelentes estudiantes de español. Practiquen con la persona quien sea, no importa. Practiquen, practiquen, practiquen. Hasta pronto. Adiós.